Yo, 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 what is up, all you gamers out there? The name is Tekken Heat, bringing you guys another prestige episode on the Outlaw playlist. And what do you guys think of my race car design Corvette? Spending quite a bit doing some designing on this, and honestly, I am in love with it. Gave a couple different designs, especially with like the rims, the tires, brakes, brake discs. As you guys can tell, I'm not running Toyo tires. That's a shocker. I'm not running Brembo brakes. Oh my god. And I'm not running slotted rotors. WTF. But whatever. I like the look of it. Actually, maybe the yellow. Maybe I actually probably should put on some Brembo brakes. You know, you are right. I should at least go a little bit back to my my usual routes. So, because I have the Seibon and the Bride and the Watanabe, if that's how you pronounce it, it's all in red. I should probably put the calipers in red as well, just so it fits. Okay? Now, that looks much better. Much better. I probably might go with like the other style caliper, but for now, I like this a lot better than the yellow. Although originally I had it as yellow because before the Corvette was yellow. But this is now the new look. Let's get right into things. Nothing to see here. Hopefully this time I can actually beat the mission. You guys know how I feel about grip events in Prestige. They are so god dang annoying, because just to even get bronze, to beat the time for that, is just so irritating. But you know, that was unfortunately my mic actually falling. I am terribly sorry for everybody. That was loud as can be. For some reason, like, that's why I really hate, like, the mic itself. I enjoy. I really like the mic, but the mic stand this thing comes with is such garbage. It cannot it can't exactly hold the mic. That makes no sense. Why would you ship a mic with a mic stand that can't really hold the mic? I don't get it, but for now that's what I'm gonna have to deal with. Eventually, I will get another mic another mic stand, one of those like boom mic stands. I'll probably get one of those eventually, but that's not exactly a priority at the moment. So for now, I'm just gonna have to stick with what I got. And for now, it's okay when it's not causing my freaking mic to fall. But without further ado, let's get right into this event. I am not doing good, not a good start. Hopefully I can definitely make it up. It has been a while since I had taken this course, so I'm gonna need to be readjusting to this whole thing. I have been trying to like actually retune the Corvette, because since I'm going in the mountain area, I want to be more grippy in the turns, but I'm not sure if it's just the car itself or maybe the mechanics of this game, but they just don't turn the way I want to. So I guess Need for Speed is just all about the slides, so I'm gonna at least make it slide a lot better. And I don't know why it did that whole reverse shift. I never understand why they do that. Maybe I'm really just screwing up in my gear shifts, I don't know. Or maybe it's the game itself that likes to screw up, but for some reason there are times when I'm in like drift and I want to like downshift or upshift, but no, it's when I want to downshift, it downshifts into reverse, and then I shift up and it goes into first gear. I don't know why it does that. It's very freaking retarded. It also does that whenever I hit my brake. I think that's when it really does it. Whenever I hit the brake, for some reason it thinks, okay, going to reverse. Maybe it's because like the angle I'm at, that it thinks I'm trying to go in reverse, but no, that's not the case, and it totally screws up the whole drift I'm trying to get down, and it's really irritating. So I'm not sure if I should probably just stop trying that and do a better drift method, or if maybe this game should just stop being retarded and do what I want it to do. I don't know. It's all up to your interpretation. That was a very slow run. 8 seconds slow. Hopefully we can make it up though. Hopefully. Really hard to actually get good time to the mountain areas, I've noticed, because it changes from a whole speed thing where, like, if I was driving on the streets or the highway, it really cops. It changes from like being a whole speed race to now a more grippy turn-based race. And in this game of Need for Speed, where the game kind of favors drifting more, it feels like it's kind of hard to actually get the slide. To get like the proper times you want. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to explain it. A lot of people might know what I'm trying to say, because, well, this game's been out for I think it's been out for over a year now, which is insane that I'm still playing this game even after a year has gone by. But you guys should probably know what I'm talking about, how the game, it favors drifting a lot more, but when you're doing Prestige, where it's all about time, it kind of made things really freaking hard. So that's just a struggle we tend to live with Need for Speed. Really hope that cop doesn't notice me, or that one. Nope, they saw me behind this truck. Can I just please escape these cops so I can continue trying to redo this mission, please? That would be very nice. I'm gonna have to go along the highway area if I can remember how to get on there. Even looking at my map, I'm still kind of lost, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, good, I'm in cooldown mode. See, I wish Need for Speed 2015 had the same thing as Most Wanted and Carbon, where they had cooldown spots where once you reach that cooldown spot, it kind of speeds up the timer. I really wish they had that. That would have been so great. I feel like there are a lot of areas in this game that they could just simply place cooldown areas. That'd be really good. Hopefully in the next Need for Speed they do implement that. If not, well, at least the cops in this game are still terrible. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It is a little irritating for when you have like specific outlaw missions that make you try to have like long pursuit times when you can easily just outrun a cop in the straights. It, like, stuff like that, it gets irritating, but I guess when you really just want to lose the cops, it's good because you can lose them quite easily. Even though the example I gave wasn't all that great, but that's just because after this race it starts you off at like a high heat level, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But obviously I wasn't struggling at all to lose them. So yeah, it's a good and a bad thing. All depends on what you're trying to do in this game. But actually, speaking of the next Need for Speed, if you guys hadn't seen, I did make a video on, I wouldn't say like, I don't know if it's like leaks or anything, but we pretty much found out that EA had trademarked a Need for Speed Arena. Now, during that whole video, which you can easily find it on my channel, it's, I believe, the previous video, trademarks don't mean much. There are a lot of companies that have trademarked, I don't know why, two-wheeled, but there are a lot of companies that have trademarked numerous names that can go along with their popular series, say like Call of Duty, since that's a big one. Call of Duty has had many trademark titles that have never actually been a thing, but they kind of just trademark it as like a just in case. And a lot of people normally look at the trademarks and are able to speculate, you know, what this can mean for the future, because you wouldn't just say trademark, let's say Call of Duty Dildo Warfare. I don't know why, like, that's the first thing that comes to mind, but it's just an example. You wouldn't have that and just say, oh, maybe the next title is going to be a sex-oriented FPS. No, you wouldn't say that. And Activision, would it do something like that? They would do something more realistic, like, say, for instance, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Since, well, I guess that's not too recent. That was like 3 years ago. But it's just an example. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They can do that, and then we see it, and we're speculating. Okay, we get the idea that they might be leaning toward futuristic warfare, which Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare are. So it's stuff like that. For Need for Speed Arena, a lot of people are looking at it and speculating that this is going to be a kind of potential competitive style racer, which is somewhat understandable. Like, it's something that I can at least picture with like the Prestige, how it's competitive, trying to get, the fastest time you possibly can. No, you're not facing against other racers, but you are facing against the clock, and it's trying to make you be as precision of a driver as you can. Then you actually have the Speedless, which is a competitive multiplayer. So when it came around the end of Need for Speed, things started to get a little bit more competitive with things. Yes, they did have a competitive playlist in Need for Speed, but it wasn't too different from the normal playlist, because the game was always an online thing, and the competitive was just more of a multiplayer style lobby. It's kind of hard to explain it because they were both pretty much the same, but in a way, it's like if you're going to that competitive lobby, you kind of had the mindset of wanting to go all out and be the best you can be, but it just didn't have too much of a competitive feel, unlike Speedless. And I don't know why my car decided to do a 360. That was unnecessary. But again, the physics in this game can sometimes be pretty retarded. Anyways, as I was saying, it's kind of understandable to see Need for Speed going into a competitive route. We see it in other racing games like Assetto Corsa, Forza, Gran Turismo. Everything wants to be like simulated competition races, and I wouldn't be surprised if Need for Speed would take the same route. They have done something like this in the past, where I think it was like Autolog or whatever the name was, where it was kind of like a way to keep up with everybody else, for you to get an idea of where you stack in the leaderboards amongst other racers, which is the thought that I originally had when I heard Need for Speed Arena being trademarked. I kind of thought it was like a little companion app to see leaderboards, like who got like the fastest lap or who got the fastest time in whatever race event you're looking at. You can probably see like who got, who hit the fastest speed in a drag race, or who got the fastest quarter mile, stuff like that. Or even like drifting events, who got like who got the highest points in maybe a certain turn, like how they also have in Need for Speed 2015. There are certain areas, like how in Forza Horizon, how they have speed traps and drift point areas. I don't know what they call them, but you guys get the idea. How they have areas that kind of encourage a bit of competition, and that's why a lot of people are speculating that maybe the next Need for Speed could potentially be a more competitive Need for Speed route. Will it still follow the tradition of street racing customization? Possibly. This Need for Speed 2015 was a reboot, and with this reboot, how they kind of went back to the origins of the underground days of street racing customization, I can't really see EA or Ghost Games saying, okay, even though we rebooted the whole franchise to this, the next event is going to be, say, like Need for Speed Shift. Which, for those guys that do not know, Need for Speed Shift was kind of like Need for Speed's version of a sim style racer. Yeah, it was still a bit arcadish, but it was more, but you get the idea. It was a track-based racer. I think they had a lot of real tracks, and it was fun. I did enjoy it. I don't think I ever beat it, but it was at least a nice little take on the Need for Speed franchise. I did enjoy Pro Street, which I guess gets like a lot of mixed reviews. But Pro Street could also be another route Need for Speed Arena takes, and I personally loved Pro Street. I thought Pro Street was one of their best Need for Speed games, although I tend to have a lot of opinions that favor the minority. Like, I'm not going to say Need for Speed Rivals, Most Wanted, all that stuff was good. Hell no. Even though I never played it, every time I looked at the game, I'm like, no, this game is just straight trash to the point where I don't even want to play it. But for something like Pro Street, some people enjoyed it, some people didn't. It's a hit and miss for a lot of people. Same probably goes for Need for Speed Shift and Shift 2. It's a hit and miss. And if Need for Speed wants to go the competitive route, I kind of believe that might be the route they probably might take. I hope it's more of a Pro Street than a Shift, because I thought Pro Street was way better. But then again, we don't know. Now, regarding the event that you see in front of you, Need for Speed 2015, I cannot beat this freaking event. Why? Because a lot of my cars that aren't drift built aren't really made for canyon, mountain areas. They're more so made for highway, high speed type races. So when I take it onto the mountains, it's pretty freaking difficult to do a nice fast run. So what am I going to do next? Honestly, not 100% sure, but when I was looking at my garage, I did notice my Focus RS was still there, and I had a lot of fun driving that Focus RS. I really did. Thought it was an amazing car. It was brilliant, and I think that might be the kind of car that I might be looking for to be doing this mountain run. Now, hopefully this run that I do right now might actually be the run I've been looking for. Who knows? Fingers crossed. But if not, the next event might be the Focus RS for a little bit. If not, then possibly the OP Porsche, because the OP Porsche is just so OP that it does well in almost everything. For some reason, that feels like it rhymed, but I'm not about to look back in the files and see if that did rhyme. But for some reason, mentally, I feel like I rhymed. Whatever. If the Focus RS does not succeed, well, first of all, if the Corvette does not succeed in this run, I'm going to the Focus RS because I feel like that might just be more of a mountain-like beast. If not, then I'll definitely be going to the Focus RS, just because it's also been a long time since I really did drive the car, and I had a lot of fun driving it from what I can remember. That's why it's still in my garage, you know. If that doesn't work out, then I'm definitely going to the Porsche, because I feel like the Porsche is one of my, and it kind of hate using this word now, trump card, and a lot of you guys might get the idea of why I hate using the word trump, but yeah, if need be, I'll definitely be using the OP Porsche. If that doesn't work, well, something has to work. You know, there is no way that this race is just so impossible that I just can't beat it. What's annoying is that was my fastest run that I did, and still didn't beat it, because I was almost 4 seconds slow. But hey, whatever. Gonna have to end the episode off because I'm about to reach the 20-minute mark, and you guys know how I feel about doing long live commentary races, videos, whatever you want to think of this whole thing as. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment on what you think about Need for Speed Arena, comment on what car you think might be able to win this event, what car did you use if you guys even stuck around long enough to get through this event? For some I couldn't talk right. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat, and I'm out.